Welcome everyone. So this is a review of the FDUCE SL40 microphone. Now you can see it's up here on this stand to my left, and you can probably hear the audio coming directly from it as I speak. You can see I'm not very far from it, but this is a unique brand. I've never heard of it before. I was looking at alternatives, probably similar to the alternatives that you were looking forward to, the MV7 from Shure, the SM7B, the Samsung, what was it called? The Samsung Q2U and a few of these other microphones. And this came up at such a great price that I felt I just had to purchase it. It was less than 50 quid, I think, according to the Camels. So you can check the history of Amazon prices. And this seemed to be the lowest price it was yet. So £47. I'm guessing that's roughly what, like $60 for this quality of microphone. Now I'm slightly off axis, as you can tell, and I'm recording it onto Audacity. You can see behind me, and I'm going to sync this in post, and you'll be able to hear exactly what this sounds like. And hopefully you'll be pretty satisfied. And the only thing I'm going to do is probably just increase the volume, in post. I probably won't do any more than that. And, if I do, you'll see some of the edits that I would have made on the screen. I'll make sure you can see what changes were made in post. But I'm hoping what you can see here is that for not a lot of money, you can have a USB powered dynamic microphone and use it in a room that's actually not treated, right? It's not treated. There's a wall to my left. There's a wall behind me. It's carpeted, but I do have like a plastic, flooring for protecting the floor with so my chair doesn't wreck the carpet. So there's a little bit of plastic down there, and we've got a hard table here, and you can hear that kind of sound rejection. The further I move away from the microphone, the worse it sounds, and you can't really hear it so much. And this is perfect for those voiceovers, for using it as a podcast microphone, or just actually leveling up your quality on even phone calls, or even Zoom, or even Teams meetings. And I have tried it on my Samsung S20 Plus, which still has a USB port. And with that USB port, you can plug this in directly. So it comes with a USB to USB-A cable, but it also comes with an adapter. And so that adapter gives it the conversion to USB-C. And so that's actually how it's plugged into the computer at the moment as I'm speaking. Now, the other thing is that you do also get an XLR cable in the box, which is great. I haven't tested it out. I don't have an XLR input of any kind. And to be honest, the main purpose of buying this microphone was not to use the XLR anyway. So the fact that what you're hearing is coming through with a USB recorded microphone is actually quite impressive. And I think even things like the plosions and so on, I don't think they're too bad. And if they were, we get really close and it sounds pretty terrible, or it can sound a bit boomy. Now, if you want to just avoid that, you can move a little bit away. And so you have that. We can drop the gain down as well on the microphone. You've got nice rubber buttons at the top. There's a mute switch at the top as well. And on the rear, you've also got this input for the headphones. So I'm actually able to hear myself speak as I'm recording this, which is just something I've not really experienced very well in the past. Now, I have had something similar in the past, and when there's that latency issue, when there's a bit of a delay, it's a bit odd. You can't get used to that echo. You speak, you hear yourself, etc. There's none of that here. It's zero latency. I can hear myself immediately as I'm talking. Now, some people don't really like the design with the words FDUCE written on the side, and I'm not even sure that's how you pronounce it. But to be honest, if you're just using it as a voiceover mic, it doesn't really matter what it doesn't really matter what it says on the side, because it's not going to be in the shot. Now, in this scenario, yes, it is in the shot. But when I plan to use this for voiceovers, I think this will work really nicely. It means I've spent £47. I haven't had to spend any more money on additional hardware, additional software, anything like that. Audacity is free. So actually, as a microphone that's less than 50 quid, that challenges some of the more budget, well-known brands, I think this sounds really, really good. There's really not much else to say. You're listening to the quality, you're listening to the audio. I don't have my 4K camera at the moment, but I had to shoot this on my phone because I didn't want to miss an opportunity to share this experience with you. And I think you'll agree with me that this sounds fantastic. It actually, in the box, what else you get? You also get a thread adapter. So if you do have a different size mic stand, so I've got this Joby stand right here, and you can see this is a much smaller connector than your typical mic stand that I've got here in front of me on this desk. and it's got the larger thread, but it also comes with that adapter in the box, which is fabulous. You don't actually get a stand with it, which you probably do need to consider in terms of the price point. I'm not sure if many of them actually do come with stands anyway. So actually it's probably fairly compatible. I mean, here's another stand, just so you can see the thread I'm talking about, and you can see there is a big difference there, but you do get an adapter between the two and you can use them interchangeably, which is fantastic. And I really like that about this microphone. They've thought about the design, the appearance, this filter on top is, if I just pull this off, you can see that, okay, it's not massive, and you can see what's underneath there as well. And so, this feels really great. It's metal, it looks pretty professional. You stick that on there. And actually, you know what? If I remove that branding, I took away the stickers, the printing, I put some stickers over it. Actually, I'd be pretty happy with this mic to be shown on screen and so on. And if you want, you can use a boom arm. You don't have to be using this, reduce any vibrations going through to the microphone. But just this sound, I'm really impressed with it. And I just wanted to share that with you. I think, yeah, great mic, great price. Can't really go wrong. Thanks for joining me. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.
Make it perfect for the users. Now the audio is capturing from this mic. You can see this is enabled. That's all.
ये दोस्तों मैंने FDUCE का माइक मंगवाया था और इस माइक में प्रॉब्लम ये आ रही है दोस्तों कि जब मैं रिकॉर्डिंग कर रहा हूँ तो इसकी रिकॉर्डिंग में ब्रेक आ रहा है। आप ये देख सकते हैं कि मैंने अभी इसके ये एक रिकॉर्डिंग की हुई है और अगर आप इसको सुनिए।
हेलो दोस्तों कैसे
ये देखिए इसमें बीच बीच में ब्रेक आ रहा है।
इसका नया मैक है और इज नॉट वेल।
तो इसमें बीच बीच में ब्रेक आ रहा है तो मुझे इसके रिगार्डिंग कोई हेल्प नहीं मिल रही है।
Este microfone aqui, excelente microfone. Olha só, você já consegue fazer todo o controle aqui do áudio, né, como o volume do microfone, volume do fone de ouvido, deixar o microfone no mudo. Olha só, fazer um teste aqui, ó. Aqui é onde tem o mudo, né? Se eu clicar aqui, pronto, olha só, ficou mudo, show de bola. Se eu clicar e segurar, ele já vai mudar aqui, ó, para o microfone, o fone de ouvido. E se eu clicar e segurar de novo, ele já vai para o microfone, podendo alterar o volume de mais para menos com esses botões aí. Excelente compra, gostei bastante, vai me ajudar bastante aqui nas produções de vídeo.
हेलो वेलकम टू द चैनल। और आज की इस वीडियो में हम बात करने वाले हैं इस माइक के बारे में। इस माइक को हमने ख़रीदा है, हमने नहीं ख़रीदा है, किसी और ने ख़रीदा है। हम इस माइक की वॉल्यूम टेस्ट कर रहे हैं, किस तरीके की ये माइक वॉल्यूम देता है, किस तरीके की क्वालिटी ये प्रेजेंट करता है। तो आप लोग बताइएगा किस तरीके की ये क्वालिटी देता है और किस तरीके की इसमें से वॉल्यूम आ रही है। प्लीज़ शेयर करिएगा।
音質チェック。テステステス。チェックワンツー。チェックワンツー。パピプペポ。パピプペポ。ただいまマイクのテスト中。このマイクは SL40 ボーカルダイナミックポッドキャストマイクです。